Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hess Hogs 4. Today I have Hog 2 Bailey with me. Yeah, that's right, 2 for peace, right? And she's going to give me a hand, and the series we're going to do now is getting ready for Christmas. And one of the staples, right? One of the staples you have at Christmas dinner, a lot of times is a rib roast. Some people call it a prime rib roast, a standing rib roast. It's just a big ribeye. So this is a rib roast right here that we got. This is just right at 6 pounds. This is a boneless rib roast. You can get them with the bone in. This would probably be a 2, maybe 3 pound rib roast. You can get your butcher to cut it off the bone and then set it back on the bone if you like. There's so many different ways you can have this thing just prepared to start off with, Bailey, but we're keeping it simple. It's a boneless, just over 6 pound rib roast. And what we did first, Bailey, is we took it out of the package, right? We rinsed it off, and this is gonna go on our smoker, and we're gonna be keeping it at about 275 degrees on our smoker, using our lump charcoal as always. And we're gonna use a hickory wood. Hickory takes really well to red meat, and especially a ribeye. And a ribeye, as you can see, get a little closer, you can see there's fat. So there's fat all the way through, and you'll see that when we cut it open. But fat is flavor on a ribeye, but I'll be honest with you, this has just a bit too much. So looking at that, Bailey, we're gonna trim just a little, not a lot, but just a little fat off of this.
All right.
Some of this fat will render out, and we're not gonna hurt anything trimming it off. But there's just not a big need to have as much. Now, if you go bigger, say you get an 18-pound one, you buy it at Sam's Club or whatever, the prep process for that is just a little bit different. But if you're getting something that big, hopefully you already know what you're doing. And again, you'll do a little trimming with that as well. So we are gonna trim just a little bit more, not a lot, just a little bit more of the fat off of it. Little bit. I like a little fat in my ribeye, Bailey. I don't know about you, but
I like a little bit fat.
just a little bit, right? So we've got a little bit trimmed off, so no big deal there. Fat's trimmed. Now from there, there's a couple different things you can do. You do want to use a binder, if you will, and a lot of folks will take and they will use an olive oil. I'm going to change it up a little bit. You guys know I like to use duck fat, and I get this there, a St. Louis-based company. And what we're going to do for our binder, Bailey, is we're going to just
stir it right
stir it,
now.
and we're going to put it on there, and this is going to serve as our binder for our rubs. So we're going to start like this. We're going to give it a good rub right there, right? Make sure we get the sides. And again, paper towels are so handy, aren't they, sweetie?
Yeah.
And then guess what? We're going to put
pour
some on
some.
the bottom. Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, but I tell you, I've never been disappointed using this for anything, and I doubt today it's going to start disappointing us.
I don't think we have had that before.
We use that. We use it quite a bit, but we've never used it as a binder. So when Mom makes her green beans or potatoes, it comes in really handy as well. So now we've got the binder on there, right? Doesn't take a whole lot of time. Now we're going to turn it over, and we're going to put our rubs. Now we are using 3 different rubs, and this is a Cosmos all the way. You can do a savory type rub if you want. You could get some herbs on here as well, but for today's purposes, I'm keeping it simple. I'm doing what I know works, and we're going to start off with Cosmos cow cover. Now you guys know how much I love Cosmos, and we're going to start first putting this on.
It smells weird, like the rub. That
Yeah.
thing smells weird.
With the binder. So we got that first, right? And we're doing the bottom part first. The reason why is when we flip it over, we want it to look really pretty on top. So after we put the cow cover, we're gonna go with my Dirty Bird. If you haven't had a chance to try the Dirty Bird yet, you are missing out. So Dirty Bird is second. And on the bottom, I'm not going to finish it off with the Texas beef. I'm only going to finish the top off with the Texas beef, right? So we've done the bottom. Make sure we get the side really well. Don't ever want to waste rub, right? Cutting board's your friend. And then from there, guess what we're going to do? We're going to put more of our cow cover right on top.
You're covering
best we can, right? So then we got our cow cover, and then what are we gonna use? We're gonna use our Dirty Bird. And then on our top, that's where I wanna finish it off, and I won't put a whole lot on there, but I will put some of, would have helped, would have opened the bag up first, right, Bailey? Some of our Texas beef, right? I want to sprinkle that by hand.
Okay.
Do something I don't normally do. I'm going to take my gloves off, and we're going to just sprinkle just a little bit on by hand. And that is just a good way to finish off this rub. It'll make a nice crust. Yeah, you had it figured out, sweet. A
So
nice
salty.
crust. Yeah, so salty, right? We're like the Salt Bay guy. Get our glasses out. And it's just that simple. So from here, I'm going to let this all sit and bind on here for probably the next 20-25 minutes while our smoker's getting to temp. From there, we'll take it outside to the pit, and it'll be game on. Thanks for watching. All right, Bailey, we've got our smoker right at 275 degrees. We've got our lump charcoal on there. We've got our hickory wood on there. And that's the wood we want to use with this cut of meat. And what we're going to do is we're going to place this rib roast right here in the smoker, and we're going to close it and not open it for the next hour. Just let it get the temp. The temp I want it to be at, ideally, it would be 122 degrees. You pull it, but since I'm cooking for a crowd that doesn't like it as rare, we're going to let it get up to 130 degrees before we pull it. It'll take over an hour to get to that temp, but it's good just to take that initial reading after an hour in. So enough talking, Bailey. Let's open. That is smoky, right? Now we're just going to put it like so. Close it. See you guys in an hour. Thanks for watching. Okay, Bailey, so it's been right at an hour, and we're going to open it up and check. And what we're doing is we're just wanting to see right in the center what the temperature's reading. I have no idea what it's going to read. So if you want to come closer, we're going to open it up. Oh, look at that. Looking good. And we're at 78 degrees, which is fine. We're going to probe one other section just to make sure we're getting a good reading. 83. So we're going to close this up, Bailey. We're going to check it again in 30 minutes because we don't know how quick it's going to climb. And again, we're going to pull this, I say 130, but it'll probably be 128 to bring it inside and let it rest. See you guys then. Okay, Bailey, so it's been another hour and 20 minutes since we last checked the temp. So total cook time, it's been about 2 hours and 20 minutes. And what we're going to do, Bailey, is we're going to open it up. You can come get a closer look at that, and that looks great. See where the fat's rendered out a little bit, which is great. You can't smell it, but I'm telling you, it smells great. And we're just going to put our probe in and see. 122. Oh, there we go. About 128. And from there, we're going to take it off. We're going to take this inside, and we're going to let it rest. Now, there's a couple different ways we can do it. If you wanted to, you could wrap this up, put it in a cooler, let it rest for 2 hours, if you so chose to do. We're not going to do that, Bailey. We're going to cover this up, let it rest for probably 30-35 minutes. Then it'll be time to eat. Sound good to you? All right, we'll see you guys in a half hour. All right, Bailey, the moment we've been waiting for. It's been 30 minutes. We've let it rest. And just to recap, just before we even opened it up, so we got the rib roast, right? We got the rib roast. We did a little trimming on the rib roast. After we trimmed the rib roast, for our binder, we used some duck fat. Bailey says it smells funny. I think it smells great. We used our duck fat. We get it at a company out of St. Louis, or Duck Charge. So check them out. After that, we put the binder on there. We flipped it over, and we seasoned it. And we used Cosmos because we love Cosmos. We used Cosmos cow cover. We used Cosmos Dirty Bird. And then we flipped it over, and on the top, we did the cow cover, the Dirty Bird, and then we put some of the Texas beef, right? All the Texas beef. We put it on top of there. From there, we got our smoker up to temp right at 275 degrees. We used hickory wood, and our lump charcoal is Blues Hog, and that's a hickory lump as well. So hickory is just wonderful with ribeye. So we took it out there, we put it on the smoker, and then what happened? And then we took it off. It's that simple, right? It was 2 hours and 20 minutes, right at that 275 mark. We took it off, attempt at right at 128 degrees.
Ideally, if it's just you and someone who doesn't care how rare it is, it's 122, but you know, my family likes it a little more done, so a little bit higher. We brought it inside, we put some foil over it, we loosely tented it, we didn't wrap it real tight, you don't need to, and let's take it off. So it's been 30 minutes, and we've had it covered. If you want to come close, you can take a look at that, and you can see, I mean, this just looks great.
So good.
It looks great, doesn't it? The bark is great on it. It smells wonderful. You can't smell it through that, but I'm telling you, it smells great. And what we're going to do, Bailey, is we're going to cut it right down the middle. If that sounds okay by you.
I think I like it.
You like it. So we're going to cut right down the middle and just take a look and see how we did. And from there,
That's so good.
we're going to open it up. Oh, wow. We're going to open that up and just take a look. I mean, it's got a nice smoke ring to it. You can see the fat we talked about, the fattest flavor. And, oh man, that smells great. And just look at that, guys. That's just wonderful. Now we're going to just cut ourselves a couple small pieces off because part of cooking it is
It's
we got
taste
to,
tested.
you're absolutely right. So we're going to just cut that. And you can just look and see. The juice looks great on that, guys. This is not hard to do. Don't be intimidated by a rib roast. This is just that easy. And Bailey, we're going to cut a piece. And I'm going to cut you a piece. And cut me a piece. And here you go. Tell me what you think. I'll tell you what I think. What do you think? That thumbs up? That's a
Okay.
big thumbs up. Guys, the flavor is great on that. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps. This is such an easy recipe to do. Later this week, we're going to show you how to do a brisket. We're going to show you how to do a ham. And we're going to show you how to do a rack of lamb. Stay tuned. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.